If you're joining us, welcome to Game Tactical Tuesday. Jump in. There we go. 8:30 a.m. It's all going down. Um, because we're realtors, so I love it, right? I'm the same way exactly. Right on time. The whole chat is exploding. Everyone is joining us, including our very special guest, the one, the only Tara Carter, who is here to flamingle with us today.
Good
Uh,
morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Tara. What are you, tell us something good. What are you excited about? What are you grateful for?
Oh, this morning I'm grateful for these young guys that live in the co-work space in the flock house. And I saw them this morning. They're probably, I don't know, maybe 22. And I have them so pumped. They're in the healthcare business. And so they're always calling and they were here so late, but then they were also in the gym with me this morning at 6 a.m. And they just had me extra pumped because I love seeing their energy and I love that I'm rubbing off on them and then they're rubbing off on me. So it's just great. I'm so grateful that I live in a building that is like a flex space.
I love it. I love it. So, one of the tactics on Game Tactical Tuesday, we're going to teach you some of the things that we did to build incredible national referral networks to become nationally. Some of this we did actually like during COVID. Tara and I were in a young professionals network, and one of the easiest things are we were on these Zoom calls and we were very active on these Zoom calls, right? Camera on, participating, sharing our location, sharing our ahas. It stresses the some of the more seasoned, don't say older, some more seasoned agents out because I'm very active in the chat when I'm talking, right? So if you're in this, joining, jump on camera. We want to see your face, want to feed off your energy, share where you're joining us from. And then Drew, before we get started, I got my co-host Drew Swirsky. If any questions, what are you excited to hear Tara talk about today?
So just the fact that there are 10 ways to generate more business, right? Uh, I tried to think to see if I could guess the 10. And so I want to see where I align with her. But just having 10 ways that you can generate business without spending a dollar just fired me up on the way to work this morning.
I love it. I love it. Drew is a former KW team leader. So He's he's been
Yeah.
through some. If you have not met Tara, Tara, tell us who you are.
You got it. Well, this will probably be the only time I'll ask you to take out your phones. And I would love to follow you back. So go to Instagram and you're look for the crazy flamingo lady. I'm just kidding. You're gonna go Miss Tara Carter MS because we're not married yet. So go Miss Tara Carter and follow me on Instagram, and then I will follow you guys back. And I stay pretty active. And one of those tactics that's in there is a tactic that I follow that is a social media norm. I do have social media blocked out in my schedule in order to network per se. Flamingo, right, Justin?
Mm-hmm. No, I love it.
Which I will go through. And you know what? I'm actually curious, Drew, now that you said that, I'm actually curious to know, what do you think is on that list? If anybody can write in the chat, what do you think is those 10 things? What do you think one of them is? You can't say social media because I just gave it away.
I was about to say social media because I like to cheat on tests. That's how I got through high school. Um, so let's see. Maybe how about sphere of influence?
Okay. Yeah.
That's my
And
favorite one. That's why I said it.
okay. Anybody else? This office is like Antarctica, so we're gonna bundle right here. Phone
So
calls.
in the
Okay.
chat, we have open houses, phone calls, webinars in the chat.
Yeah. We go deeper than that. That's a little broad. Networking
Networking.
and events, absolutely. I'll give you guys some tactics for that. Networking with intentions, right? It's so important that you actually have intentionality behind anything that you're doing. And so absolutely co-work space, yes. It's actually a pretty cool co-work space.
Client events.
Yeah, kind of. I don't even think I have any of those. Now, let me think about it. I mean, yeah.
I think so. I'm going to share this. And we're going to segue into kicking this interest groups I love, right? Um, I think it's really genuinely when you spend time with Terry, you're going to learn from the bottom of my heart about becoming an attractor, becoming attractive as a person, right? Becoming deeply engaged. Like when I spend time with Tara, and I spent time with Tara in her home in Fort Lauderdale, right? All over the country at events. Like we are constantly meeting people. If we go to an event and we can't talk an Uber driver into becoming a real estate agent, we failed. It happens
In
every single
fact,
time. Like they're like, "What are you doing?" Like, here's the card. Go get your license. Hit us up. But I think there's, if you don't know this, one of the reasons you have Tara joining us is she's also a Michael Maher certified coach. Michael, 7 levels of communication, and just like how are we engaging more in what's the word I'm looking for, with intent, more deeply, creating deeper connections. And I think that's what is gonna blow you out today. Rob says, Rob, jump on your yoga class. Rob is in St. Pete right now, Tara, launching another office
love it.
with the beginner's mind. Yeah. So, and Tara is really known everywhere she goes. I like it. Goes to the same similar places. And you're gonna talk. I think I don't know what you can
Oh
put it.
yeah,
But one of the tactics is to become the celebrity at the places that you go, to become known at the places that you go, to have a home base.
absolutely. We'll talk about that for sure. And oh, I was supposed to talk about myself. I always find this part fascinating, but like, who are you hearing from, right? You gotta be, we have to be so careful in this business. And you guys have, between Justin and Rob and Drew, I'm sure you're phenomenal if you're here. So you have to be very careful who you're taking advice from in this business. Like if somebody hasn't done it 10 times, 100 times better than you in any one sort of topic, like just be very mindful when y'all are having conversations or watching social media that can be complete smoke and mirrors. And asking somebody, how did you do this really well? Or what's made you successful? Like you all have to find your one thing and go all in on it. Like how committed are you to your goals instead of just being interested, right? And I say that to say, for who are you listening to today? So I'm a third generation realtor actually. Never wanted to get into the business. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, born and raised. So it's like Palm Beach County and Miami. Although I don't really like to cross the border too much, even though it's 20 minutes away. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and the Palm Beaches. So that would be the east side of Florida. And I have been in now full time for 10 years. I would average about 30 million and never pay for a lead. My whole business is pretty much based on the generosity generation, which is pretty much a theory to where you give and give and give without the expectation to receive. And if you help enough people get what they want, you will always win. Like it's not rocket science. I think we overcomplicate this business so much when it's really quite simple. So there's a difference between yes, they might give it to you, right? I love that, Drew. I really do love that. So what I would say is that uh that just totally threw me off. It's just important to be able to know who you're going to be from, go all in on whatever your one thing is. So how many here know what their one thing is? Will you write yes in the chat if you like absolutely know what your one thing is? And on a scale of 1 to 10, but well, I know you do, Rob, for sure. Who else besides the ones that you guys are usually listening to? Who else knows? It's okay if you don't. Like put on a scale of 1 to 10 how well you think you know what your one thing is. Like 10 being like I know what my one thing is and I go all in at 100% all the time. Like okay, 7, thank you. Now we're being fair. It's 4, thank you. Being honest with yourselves, right? Like 6, 9. Christy, what is yours?
I'm a connector of people, so networking.
Got it. Do you have any do you have any rules for networking when you're at a networking event?
Help other people connect with other things. Don't be about yourself. And it always comes back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Will anybody write in the chat if you would, the last thing you ever want to do is go to a networking event? Like the last thing you'd ever want to do. Like when you think of a networking event, you get like that anxiety where you're like, you just like, no, I don't want to go. Like if it's okay if you're more of like an introvert, you're like, I love the grind. Well, I know that out of 42 people, there's somebody, okay, thank you. There's one person in here that doesn't want to. I'm going to give you the best tactic ever to be able to go to a networking event and have that fear removed. You ready?
Ready.
Be the first one there. Be the first one there, and then everybody has to come and introduce themselves to you. And so you don't ever have to worry about, oh my God, I'm gonna walk in and like, what if I don't know anybody? And then like, oh, I have to like talk to people, that I have to find the person that I should be talking to. And then what should I do from there? Like, just be the first one there. And then everyone will talk to you. So I have a very much intentions, and yes, one of the tactics. So we'll start with the first one. It is into attending networking events, and you have to have intentions behind it. Like, so for example, I go to networking events that are going to be around the type of my avatar that I'm looking to work with. So who is your avatar, right? And what do I mean by that? My avatar is between the ages of 38 to 75. He is typically a gay male. I love my gays. And they usually are from Wilton Manors, and they're usually upsizing because they love to they usually are in condos, and then they'll upsize to a single family home, and they want to be on the water. Also, I specialize in waterfront properties. That is usually their second or third or fourth home. I also specialize in houses that did not sell the first time. So yes, expired and canceled. However, they are usually on the market when they call me. And now that is mostly being generated through referrals through the luxury community, of like, oh, your agent made a mistake, call Tara. Like, she'll fix it, because I have zero. It's okay. It's 8:42. I apologize in advance if I ever curse. It's just because I feel really passionate about something. So I just have zero fucks. I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm truly not attached to any outcome. And in this business, we have to remember that it's our jobs as a professional to be honest with people. And it doesn't matter. Like, it's not my fault that you overpriced your home. And yes, I need you to spend $50,000 to get it in the condition that I need it to be in. And if you don't want to do that, then don't work with me. Go hire 2 to 3 other realtors and call me when you're ready. Right. So like you have to be convicted in your process that works. But to go back to I was going to my networking events for my avatar. So who's your avatar, and identify that deep. So then my networking events are essentially sometimes not always the networking events I want to go to. So a lot of them are around the philanthropy aspects of the charities that I know the type of people are going to be there, like the yachting event. The yachting, obviously I know that there's going to be people there that own yachts that are going to need houses to park them at, or or they need to upgrade because they need bigger dock sizes, right? So I go with intentions. I also go to some of the art galleries, or if there's some like an opera in town, or like I'm subscribed to the Rob Report, Rob with the 2 B's, if you're not familiar, that would be for the luxury community. I read the luxury news every single morning. Like, I'm very well aware where my clients that I'm looking to work with, like, why don't we pick our clients and sometimes just wait for them to come to us? Like, if you could think about who your utopian client is, like give me 3 addresses that you would literally love to sell that house. 3 addresses, like, go find the houses that you want to sell in your neighborhood or in your area, and then work backwards. Who lives there? What activities do they do? Like, yeah, I'm telling you to be a stalker, but like, truly, we're stalkers in this business anyways, like professional. And find out, what did they do? Like, where would they go? What events are they going to? Is this making sense?
Yes. Yeah, right. We know this. My avatar, I got to embody my avatar and really visualize my avatar and see my avatar. Yep. Rob's
Yep,
is
most
what
definitely.
we teach, zone. How do you zone the market.
Yeah, like if I'm going to be, so one of my coaching clients, her name is Paige, and she's one of my top agents, and she's one of the top in the office too. But you have to truly build a business that works for you. Like she loves chicken wings. So she started a chicken wing club, and she's up to 189 people on Meetup and in her Facebook group that love chicken wings. And now she does a chicken wing meetup once every 2 weeks. And she has these chicken wing pens that she made for them. And they, right, Rob? And she's now testing, the places. She's only been doing this for like 3 months. But she was so over calling expires. And I was like, why are you calling expires? It's like, you don't have to if you don't want to. You can build a business on whatever you want, but like, where is your avatar? I was like, what are some things you like? She's like, I like chicken wings. I'm like, okay, so let's build a business on chicken wings. And she's crushing it right now. She's on her third referral in 2 months from it. So you have to remember, like, if there's, if you're artsy, where's the art festivals? Like, are you truly going? Are you going and supporting those small businesses? Are you writing reviews for them? So that would be, and I'll give you 2 tactics on it. When you're at a networking event, let's say that you do pick one of the networking events besides a local meetup. I want you to have intentions to meet 3 people, 3 quality contacts, and then you can leave. So sometimes I'll go to 2 to 3 events in one, like, imagine this, a high I, but like, I'm like an ambivert where I'm extrovert, introvert. Once I use it all, I need to go back and charge, or you're not going to get anything out of me. So if I can go to 2 to 3 different events, I will go with intentionality to make sure that I already looked up the person or the people that were important before I got there, and I already identified them in the room. Right. And then I identified 3 quality conversations, 3 quality exchange of contacts, and you don't need a fucking business card, you guys. Like, I haven't even used a business card in 2.5 years. You got a phone. Hey, what's your number? Right? Send them your phone. What am I doing with your business card? I love all these people that give me business cards. Like, I get it. We're supposed to have a business card, but like, why do I need your business card? Truly, like, what am I supposed to do with it? What value do you have to add to my life that I'm supposed to use your business card for? That's my tangent on business cards. Unless it's an item of value. I don't have one on me right now, but Justin knows this. I give out business cards that have value, like an eyeglass and phone screen cleaner on it.
I don't there I will say though, when I'm running like grid or something, there are times when I was like, man, I wish I had a when I'm rapid meeting people. I don't carry business cards. I don't have any business cards. I have no business cards for my current business. Like none. I
Yeah,
don't
I
even
haven't
want to
had
give
one
out.
time.
And it's sometimes helpful when
Corey,
you're speed
I mean,
networking.
Justin, Gary would always say that we're in the card collecting business. We're not in the giving of the cards, right? So it's like, great if people have it, but like we should be scanning their Instagram, we should be scanning their, right,
Yeah.
their socials, like LinkedIn.
Yep.
Most definitely. I'm actually working on the LinkedIn profile. I mean, I know people that are you just crushing it with LinkedIn, right? But if that's your thing, I like, I'm in more Instagram than Facebook by choice. Just depends. Like, whatever your thing is, just do more of that. But like, you can build a business that you actually enjoy. So to summarize the first one for networking in your community, just attend local meetups, neighborhood events, real estate clubs, share your story, engage with potential clients and referral partners, like build your black book and just make genuine connections. If you're not a real estate coach like I am, maybe real estate events, clubs are not your thing. Like, unfortunately, I do not, well, fortunately and fortunately, I will pretty much unfollow anybody that's a local real estate agent in my area because I don't need to waste my things on them. Sorry, not sorry. I'm with intentions. But then they all are in a group that says local real estate agent. So when I do have local events, I can let them know about it. Just depends on what your avatar is. So that would be the first one. The second one would be leveraging social media. So obviously building online presence, like, are you present online or do you have an online presence? like there's a difference. Like, are you just present? Like if I were to go to your social media right now, like, and if you think your clients didn't look you up before they met you or before you came over the house, you smoking something so good, I don't even know what it is. So truly, if I were to go to your profile, does everything have synergy? Like, does it tell me a little bit about who you are? Like, is your stuff cleaned up? And do you have a social media plan? Like my mom the other day, she said, I really got to learn Instagram. And I said, no, you don't. Like you do Facebook so well, just go all in more on that and maybe add LinkedIn. For her, LinkedIn makes sense. Instagram is it's going to be too much. So understand that you have to have a social media plan. I'm going to give you 2 tactics. So write down the first one. One, clean your stuff up. Everything needs to be cohesive, right? You're never going to look at a flamingo and not think of me. Why? Because my brand is one big flock. And now that if you just followed me on social media, I'm going to follow you back. And then you're forever part of my flock. And I'm excited to flamingo with you, right? And so, and when you see a flamingo, you won't just think of real estate. You're going to think of me to connect you with whatever it is. So if you guys know anybody that's not just moving down here, but maybe wants to come down here and connect with the yachting community, or maybe wants to come down and they're in between a flight and the cruise ship and they want to know where the best stone crabs are. Oh, that restaurant's full. I can get you in. Whatever it is, I can connect you for that because I'm the connector. However, with your social media, I'm going to give you one tactic: 555. 555. That is my daily regimen, which is now increased. But if you don't have a social media tactic, then start there. So 555 is 5 likes or interactions, 5 likes or interactions, 5 comments with more than 3 words, and 5 direct messages and or interactions with their story. So you ever sometimes post and you don't get a lot of interactions, but then sometimes you post and you're like, oh my God, there were so many. Well, because I'm being intentional typically where it's 555. So there's an hour blocked off in my morning and an hour blocked off in the afternoon. I have an alarm on my phone that will literally tell me it's social media time. And that is lead generation, right? It's intentional. And so 5 likes or interactions is like a heart emoji, whatever the things are. And then I'm going through those, and then I'm also then finding intentional. Like I'm not putting those likes and things on with people that are local real estate agents if the local real estate agents are not my avatar, right? So then the 5 comments with more than 5 with at least 3 words would be like, it's not happy birthday. It'd be like, happy birthday to you is 4 words, or you look great. No, you look so great, right? So when you're doing 555, and obviously the 5 people that I'm commenting on, I'm also liking their thing, right? So, but they're not the likes. They're 5 likes, 5 comments, and more than 3 words, and then 5 direct messages or interactions with the story because it goes into their DM when you interact with them for their story. Does that make sense? Yep, Justin's got it. All right, awesome. So if then you're gonna go post. What happens is you're cheating the algorithm system through social media to where you're actually telling it for more of the people that you want it to see. Like who else do you want to interact with, or you want to see whatever you're gonna post? And if you're not sure what to post, literally go to Pinterest and type in social media content calendar. Just get ideas. I believe in an 80-20 rule, which is 80% personal, 20% business. Keep it simple. And if you got 2 Instagram pages, will you just get over it? Like, just get over it. Like, nobody wants to follow your real estate page, like Justin Myers Real Estate. Like, no, they just don't. I promise. Unless you're going to spend a lot of money behind it, just get over it. People want to do business with you because they know, like, and trust you. And who are you? And don't try to be anybody that you're not. Like, we got one life to live, y'all. I might as well live it right. So, and make a lot of money while we're at it. Whatever your version of success is your version of success. If you're consistent with the 555, and yes, you do this for individual platforms besides just one, you could step your game up. Like I know Rob, Drew, and Justin are ready for this, and probably Christy for at least I can guess. Step your game up. And I want you to do what I do, and it is 50, 25, 5, 1. If you're ready for it, it'll work. I promise. You got to be consistent though, right? You can't don't just do this like 2 times and be like, it didn't work, Tara. Well, yeah, no, I know it didn't work because you didn't work. So 50, 25, 5, 1, that's 50 likes and interactions, 25 comments with no less than 3 words. I'm sorry, more than 3 words. And and then 5 interactions, indirect messages, always, 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 always leads me to 1 appointment or 1 quality contact. Never fails. So 50, 25, 5, 1, and then you go to post by cheating the algorithm. It will always, always give me that person I'm looking for, quality contact or appointment. That would be my suggestion. And then just I usually do 10 stories a day. If I don't post. So kind of have it in a tactic. Yeah, one is an appointment or it's a quality contact. Any questions on that before I move to the next one?
Tara, that's great. 50, 25, 5, 1. Almost sounds like calling, like when I used to call, 50 calls, 25 contacts, 5 meaningful conversations, 1 appointment, like very similar kind of numbers. When you're trying to do the people, like when you're commenting, you're essentially commenting on the people that you want to like hack the algorithm with. Like,
Yeah.
if I wanted to do it with like builders or developers or investors, that's what you're doing. You're commenting on all their stuff. You're following us. Okay, cool. Just wanted to clarify.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And these are people, like if I'm going to meet with somebody, for the most part, like I'm going to go, like if you met somebody in the line this morning, you better be going straight to your car and befriending them on social media.
Mhm.
Like you're already top of mind. Like how much more can you learn about somebody from social media than you can like instantly, right? Like we have that power in our hands. So you should be friends with all of your clients on social media. And if you're like, I'm not friends with my clients on social media, then I don't suggest that.
Cherie, what's your question?
Good morning. I wanted to follow up based on Rob's question. When we are talking about pursuing investors and builders and people like that, your comment was that we should do 80% of content as personal. However, I would think that those people would not care. I mean, they do care about your personal life, but they don't care 80%. Or am I incorrect on that? Like, based on the avatar, do we change that strategy and flip those numbers?
Great question. I would say that value is only value when appreciated. So what would be of value to them? And your whole social media isn't investors and just builders, right? There's other tactics that you could utilize in order to connect deeper with those builders or investors. And so that's going to segue into the next section to where they're still going to want to see that you're human, right? Because again, people want to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So you're human and we're not car salesmen, or at least if you are, it'll work for you maybe a short time, but not a long time. So I would say, let me give you the next tactic and this will make sense. For the next one would be Google Alerts. Google Alerts is probably one of my favorite hacks. Who here is familiar with Google Alerts? Put in the chat if you are. Oh, yes. Why am I not surprised, Christy and Rob? So Google Alerts, I would have, Cherie, every single developer, builder, and if you know some of these investors' names and any of their LLCs, they better be all on your Google Alert. Every single one of them. So for example, your Google Alerts, because the newspaper gets printed at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever it is. So these articles, typically for the newspapers, will usually show up in Google Alerts in order to tell you what's going on. And so every single developer that I've ever chosen to want to work with, or clients that I wanted to follow, they're all in Google Alerts. So what do you do for Google Alerts? Let me start with the first one, your name. It literally will take you 2 minutes to type up 30 Google alerts. Well, first it says Tara Carter. It says Tara Carter. It says Tara Carter, South Florida, Tara Carter Real Estate, Tara Carter Flamingos, South Florida Real Estate News, Real Deal Real Estate. You could put investing South Florida. You could put vacant land. You could put builders South Florida, new construction South Florida, grand opening South Florida, grand opening Fort Lauderdale, new restaurants. Like I have everything, but then I also have names. I have names of people. And the reason why this is so powerful is because Cherie, you can put those builders and those investors and the thing that is around your avatar into Google Alerts. And I had a gentleman that I've really been, he's a developer, a big developer, and I really want to be in business with him. So I have a Google alert on him. And one morning I get up because this is my morning paper, y'all. This is literally my morning news. I already went through it this morning. I will see, I'll go through my Google alerts and I'll look at what's going on in different markets for either around my listings or farms, like the activity, like stocks. I called a gentleman and I saw he won an award in Argentina for an architect award. It was in Portuguese, but his name came to my Google alert because I had a Google alert on him. So I messaged him at 8 a.m. and I said, I just wanted to say congratulations on winning that award. He was like, I didn't know you spoke Portuguese. Like, how did you know that? Like, you get the Argentinian newspaper? And I'm like, don't worry about it. I just wanted to be one of the first ones to congratulate you. So no, I don't, but I have this thing called Google Translate and I just translated it and figured it out. So I ended up getting business with him because I was just one of the first ones to congratulate. So when you notice that these builders or these developers or investors or whatever it is, they can get an old school handwritten note from you to them, and or like a gift sent to their office or something saying congratulations, or when you know about vacant land. Is this making sense, Cherie? Awesome. So Google Alerts would be one of the most unused tactics probably possible. And are you friends with them on your social media? Because the rest of it will come up. The next one I want to give you is asking for referrals, right? Closed mouths don't get fed, y'all. Closed mouths don't get fed. We typically don't want to ask for what we desire because we're scared of rejection. What's like the worst thing that they say? No. Right? Like I never wanted to get on the phones in the beginning part of my business, but I had no problem going to a $10 million house, knocking on the door. Like how crazy is that? Like they can just hang up on you on this. Like I didn't die, but I would rather get rejected to my face. It doesn't make any sense. Don't ask me about it. I don't know. It's just my thing. It's just what I wanted to do. But going and knocking on their door and giving an item of value. But again, value is only value when appreciated. So when we give people our business card or we give people things that we think that they want to know, like real estate news, is that valuable to them? If you don't know what is valuable to them, then the value that you think is value will not be valuable to them. It's only going to be valuable to you. So how do you figure out what would be value to be able to offer to somebody else? You ask great questions. The quality of your relationships is in the quality of the questions that you ask. So if I were to play a question game with you and we couldn't repeat the same question and you couldn't take longer than 3 seconds to think about it around any sort of tactic, I bet you I'd win. I could have an entire conversation with you and I will never not ask a question. Does that make sense? That was a question, by the way. Those are called tie downs. For the most part. What was the last one I just said?
Ask
Justin?
for referrals.
Oh, ask for referrals. All right, let me give you one of my favorite scripts, The Chosen One. The Chosen One script. And even when I ask this, I still get this tickly little feeling inside of me, like, oh my God, they may not say me, they may not say me. And so I'm gonna give it to you. This is typically after the person is pretty excited with you, or they just pretty much think that you're great because you helped them solve whatever problem it was, or you gave something of value that you figured out was valuable. And they say to you, wow, Tara, you're just so great. What can I do to help you? And I'm like, ding, ding, ding. Now I get to ask, the chosen one. Do you have to wait for that moment? No, but that's what I choose, and that's what I choose to do. So the chosen one's conversation is when you, your family member, coworker, neighbor, when you, a family member, coworker, or neighbor, have a real estate need, Justin, who do you refer that business to?
Oh, I don't think I really know anyone.
You don't know anyone.
No,
Well, perfect. You know me now.
I do. I do.
Okay, Dustin. So, I have a goal of helping 50 families this year. And so in the next 2 months, if you come across anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, whether it's here locally or anywhere else, would you be so kind to introduce them to me?
Yeah, I can do that.
Awesome, Justin. And when you do introduce them to me, will you please introduce them to me via text message?
Yeah,
Awesome. I really appreciate that. Is it safe to say I can follow up with you?
of course.
Awesome. So then I'm going to call him in 30 days. And if I haven't gotten a referral yet, because I'll probably send him a handwritten note and then I'll call him in 30 days. But what happens here, and I don't want to hear about any of y'all who tell me that it's just too tough to be successful in your market, because I have one of the largest markets in the entire country. And I, in the top 2%, just won 20 under 42 for the largest MLS in the country. You want to know how many realtors I got down here? Give it a shot. Take a guess.
Can I cheat? I know the answer.
No, you
Someone else,
cannot.
someone else seriously guess.
Seriously, guys, put it
Corey,
in the chat.
Kim,
Yeah,
Magel,
40,000.
Keep going.
Nathaniel says 1,100, maybe in 11,000. So 40,000 is Corey's guess. Anybody?
I'll go
Anybody?
32,000.
Keep going.
32,000. All right. All right. Big Drew's first. Christy, you got to guess. How many agents are there? And we're talking Miami in the MLS, which covers Miami and Fort Lauderdale, right? And so Ariana says they have 30,000 in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. That's a lot of agents, 30,000.
More than 50.
75.
All right.
Pretty
I
much.
love it. Big number.
76,000 realtors in a 63 square mile radius. Like, let that simmer in, please. I have managed to stay in the top 500 for almost every single year. Just one top 20 under 40, and I'm on the board now. And nobody's got excuses. I promise you. Like, I have no excuses. I've always found a way. And so you can too. The market doesn't determine you. You are whatever the activities are that you do. Like, I know that last year, actually, I'm going to say this so delicately, but not. I understand that a lot of people say that last year was like the worst year ever. I don't have any sympathy for anybody who says that, because it was my best year out of 10 years, right? I usually don't typically cross the 30, $40 million mark a year. And I was managed to take $62 million in just the last quarter last year. Why? Because all of y'all wanted to complain about shit, and I was grinding while you wanted to complain about it, about all these changes that actually ended up being the best thing ever. And you guys were getting ready to get ready, and I just ran circles. Like, that's it. I just went to work. So the person that talks about it versus the person that is about it, it's two different things. So what do you focus on, expand? So I will leave that on that for Google Alerts. Let me give you my next one. What time are we done at?
We are supposed to be done in 6 minutes.
Got it. All right. Let me give you Justin, home court.
Yep.
Okay. Let me go back to the conversation for the chosen one, because you can imagine with 76,000 realtors, when I ask the chosen one conversation and say, when you, a family member, coworker, or neighbor have a real estate need, who do you refer that business to? You can imagine it usually ain't me. So it'll say, well, Susie. Oh, so who's Susie? Oh, Susie's my family friend, and Susie is there, and I'll just find more out about Susie. What I'll usually find out is Susie like has a part-time job, and she's also a bartender down the street, and family uses her once in a while because she gives a kickback and does it for less. And I'll say, listen, I'm not looking to take all of your business. I'm just looking for you to see how I do things differently. So in the next 60 days, would you be willing to refer me to somebody that is looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate that I can help? If the answer is no, then Susie gets a D in my database grade and she gets dripped on, and I don't spend any more energy on her. I also unfollow her. And I don't unfriend her, I unfollow her. Two different things. And I'm gonna go find the people that will give me a chance. And then the reason why there's intentionality behind in the next 60 days is because it's not just, hey, will you let me know when you come across somebody that has a real estate need? Like, no. Like the quality of your relationships is in the quality of the questions that you ask. So be intentional with timelines and then hold them to that, right? Do they have a business that you can go and review? Can you write them a handwritten note of somebody you want to be in business with, or after you had a great conversation, or, you know, you saw somebody's dog just died on social media. So then you went and took a picture of their dog and then you mailed it to them on a card. Like, this is not like rocket science. By the way, if you are writing handwritten cards and you get stuck and you're not sure what to do, use Claude, not ChatGPT. Claude is C as in cat, L-A-U-D-E, D as in dog, E. Claude AI is my favorite personal one for personalized notes, okay? And avoid words like I, me, and my. Only use words like you and give extra praise, right? Always like avoid you, and do not end the cards, call me if you need anything. They probably don't need anything or they would have called you. Okay, so the power is in the PS. So you would put like PS, you can say call or text me when you get this, and then you could have something for them, but like, you know, always end it with like a question or a power note. I think that I will leave that on. So 7 steps to a power note. I will give you one more for time's sakes, and then I would like to hear from you to know what you heard today and what is of value. And this one's not going to be for everybody, but my coach last week said to me, Tara, you on track? You're not on track for your goals. I said, no, because I just switched brokerages after 10 years and I'm doing nothing but admin work. So, at the moment, and he's like, well, you need 3 listings by Friday and 2 pendings, because I have to carry 10 listings at all times in order to hit my goals. Like, do you know your numbers, by the way? Know your numbers. So I said, all right, 3 listings, because I was supposed to get 2 last week and I got 1. So now that 1 carries over to this week, right? So it's 3. And he said, Tara, you have to get 3 listings by Friday and 2 pendings. Where, if I gave you 25, I'm gonna ask you guys the same question. If I gave you $25,000 right now and I said, today I'm going to give you $25,000, like a bonus, if you go and get a listing today, would you be able to go get a listing today? Type yes or no in the chat. I said, if I was going to give you a $25,000 bonus right now and you had to get a listing today, would you be able to? Awesome. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, Corey, I didn't even see you because I can't see everyone's faces. Hi, honey. Where are you going? I know where I'm going, and you're gonna laugh at me because this has been my tactic for my entire 10-year career. And it's very unconventional. So I do a whole masterclass on this in April. So when you guys follow me, just ask me about it and I'll be able to tell you guys. Or there's a link on my calendar. You're welcome to book. So I would go to a restaurant. I would go to my home court. Okay. And I work out of 3 different restaurants that are my home court. This is a tactic. And when I walk in there, everybody knows my name. From the valet to the bartenders, to the managers, to the chefs, to the servers, to the busboys, to the security guards, to you name it. Everybody knows my name and I know their name. And I actually sit down at the bar typically, and I have my laptop. I wear my car is actually pink, flamingo pink, that also matches my nails. You kind of can't miss me. And I just love on people, and I will get business 100%. If I don't have an appointment, I just go to my home court. And so a home court, if you were to go to a football game, and you could tell who has home court advantage, right? So I have home court advantage in 3 different locations, one in the suburbs, and the other 2 are 30 to 45 minutes away from each other in the one thing they all have in common that they're luxury restaurants. They're all high-end restaurants, and there's a certain avatar there of the people I want. So, I would suggest that if you don't have business, I could teach you a whole tactic on making a restaurant your home court, if that is your thing. Maybe you're a beers and wings kind of guy, you could do that anywhere. So, I treat that like a referral database, and I love on people and build your black book. Like if I were to come to your area and I was brand new there, could you tell me where the best schools are? Where's the park with the biggest swings? Who has the best ice cream cones in town? Where's the best lobster and steak I can get? Right? Where's the freshest fish? Where's the best dermatologist? Who does the best blondes? I get my hair washed, actually getting washed today. I get my hair washed every 5 days. Like who does the best blow dries in town? You got me? Who gives the best kids haircut? Who does the best Botox? Like you better be able to like you. We don't sell houses. We sell a lifestyle. Make sense?
Well,
All right. So two people tell me what you heard.
this is another tactic. Way to be known is to be brave and to
Google
get out there.
alert. I'm setting up my Google alerts today. I can't believe I haven't really done that. I feel like I did it 12 years ago, and then I just abandoned it. But it's such a brilliant move. I will be the most knowledgeable. Period. So I'm gonna definitely do that. Thank you.
You
I
are
love
very
that
welcome.
from one talking about someone who also dominates a farm and is known, right? Has some home court advantage, but right, got Megal on here learning some new tactics. Yes. One more. Who's got something they picked up today?
Yeah, value is only valuable when appreciated. You got to find out what is valuable to them by asking the right question.
So big.
Yeah.
So little yet so big. I'm so glad you heard that.
No, I love that. I love that one.
I have to give one of my favorite ones that I totally forgot about. You're gonna laugh at me. My FedEx guy and mailman, do not sleep on these people. Those are two of my best resources. So at my mom's house, the garbage truck men and the mailman and the FedEx guy all get two bonuses a year from us, right? And so why are we the only house on the street that the guy will actually bring the garbage can back up, or the mailman will get out of his car and bring it to the door? Because we love on them. Now I know Mike and John. I know their birthdays. We are actually friends on social media. The mailmen, yes, the mailmen. And when the mailmen are on their routes, I showed them a for sale by owner sign. And I said, if you ever see one of these, will you please let me know? Then the second part to that is when they have, I tell them if you see a house when you're dropping off mail and it looks like they haven't checked their mail in a while and the house looks a little distressed, will you just write down that address and maybe there's a thing that I can do to help them? Right? And then you ever see those, remember during COVID, we had like a little like station for them? Cause like those Amazon people, like they worked, the Uber drivers, like they worked, like we were all freaking out in the world, didn't want to leave our houses, except if you lived in Florida and like COVID existed for 2 months. However, so I had like a station for them, like give them some appreciation and some gifts once in a while and like a little note and then get to know them. That's a database that is so overlooked. So now I have 3 mailmen on 3 different routes. And I got to tell you, when you go to sell a mailman's house, they got equity because they never move because they wait for the 25-year pension typically. So, and then the mailmans know the mailman who knows the mailman that really know all the secrets to everything. Just like the valet guy and the bus boys at restaurants are your biggest assets because they know everything. Makes sense? So little that I think is so overlooked that nobody would even think about it. Like, are you friends with your garbage man and your mailman? Like, go find out your mailman's name. He's there every day at the exact same time. Like, talk about a routine and a schedule. Are you friends? Like, know his name.
I love it. If we, respectful of your time, if you need to jump off here, totally fantastic. I had a question in the comments from Megan Kerr. Megan said, she said, "What do you think about posting kids on social? Like I've been told not to do it because of strangers, but if people don't really know me as a mom, do they really know me?"
I think there's a lot of things you can do without having to post your kids' faces. I think that's a personal choice that I can't answer. But there's a lot of things you can do without posting. Like, I don't know, just like was there a park that you guys went to that was really fun? Was there great ice cream that you guys had? Did you get something fun at the mall? Like, did they get new cute shoes today? Like, and you found a good deal on something for kids? Like, did you go to a mom's class that was cool, or find out that's it. You want to give praise to one of their teachers, or write a review to a school, like just little things. You don't ever have to post their faces. That's personal.
And the other thing I thought was really, Megan says, thank you, that I wanted to just highlight, we had Amanda Dahl, our friend, jump on to kick this thing off. So the chosen one script, one of the first things that we learned. Did you hear it a little differently today? Say yes. Everyone that Mike, Corey, did you hear a little differently today? Did you hear how Corey went, how Tara went deep with it? She does it in person, and she asked tie downs and put a specific time frame to it, and specifically asked for a referral. So about 7 levels of communication, right? I love Dahl gave us a framework on about exactly like going through and just asking everyone in your database and sorting and organizing them, right? And then you have someone who's like, hey, no, I am going through at a mastery level and getting really intentional because, right, I'm playing this game where it's a luxury game and it's a relationship game, right? And maybe the town becomes like, I am creating a small village instead of a large space. So I've got a home court advantage. Just there's a reason to be on all of these is what I want to share with you. Like these things build on each other. Like success leaves clues. I love what you shared, Tara. Anyone else have some questions for Tara? I'm sure she's got a few minutes for us to wrap up.
I'll ask a question.
Hit me.
The title was 10 ways, but I think we got 5.
Oh, you
Uh,
good.
so
Yep.
would you just like run
Yeah.
through? Like I'm a nerd, so like
I
I'll
love it.
stay on.
That's the high, you're either a high S or a high C. One of the two. So one would be, and well, number 6 would be offer free workshops for whatever it is that you're looking for. So what do I mean by that? Hosting webinars or seminars or topics around first-time home buying or investment strategies, whatever your thing is, right? And share your expertise to kind of build trust with the community and let your passion kind of attract and educate potential clients. Like I host a Monday mastermind every Monday, and it's open to anybody and it's free. And I have a whole portal that's free. And obviously anybody on here, my website's on there. You're welcome to join. And there's obviously intentionality behind that, right? Because that's one of my avatars. But get the people that are local in your community that do things really well and have them speak about whatever it is that you think that your avatar wants, like wealth building or estate planning, if you work with more elderly or whatever it is, or whatever that is. So find the ones in your community that you can offer free workshops. The other one would be loving on your locals. I really believe in local love, and like writing heartfelt reviews for local businesses and sending them handwritten notes, and just kind of building like a robust block of connections. Like I said, like we don't sell houses, we sell a lifestyle. So even the showing the love to the everyday heroes, like your FedEx guy and your mailman and your garbage truck drivers, and leaving, treats or whatever, and just genuine gestures for sale by owner signs or distressed homes. And so in my car is an expandable folder that like every contract possible is in there times 5. My every presentation is in there times 5. And my FISBO package, my expired package, I have what do you call it? Seller's disclosures. I don't know if you guys have those. And so if I'm driving by and I see a for sale by owner, well, I'll probably pull over and just be like, hey, I know you're trying to sell on your own. You probably will, but you're probably going to need this when you do go to sell. Here's a list of your seller's disclosure. Oh, and then here's a list of my photographer, because you need new photos, because those photos online ain't going to cut it, bud. Here's my landscaper. You know what I mean? Like I'll just give them value. I'll literally give them every tactic possible to do this on their own. And they usually will still end up calling me. Other one would be living in your locals, the direct mail, meaning like, catch, you can imagine how pink and festive my newsletters are, or postcards that kind of stand out, like local flair to kind of capture attention. Just make sure that it matches like with everything. Like, for example, like my brand is different because it's not just a flamingo on a business card and a website. Like I live and breathe my brand. I have been running with flamingo, like, hello. Like my car is pink. So the reason being, you'll never catch me in not pink, black, or white. I wear a uniform for the last 7 years. And I'm very intentional with my brand. I live and breathe my brand, but my brand also speaks to the core of the soul that I am. And the reason being is flamingos symbolize elegance and beauty. Flamingos are also the bird that is the most social and family oriented. And flamingos are the bird that lives the longest in its category of birds. So it's pretty flamazing. And whatever your brand is, just make sure that you live and breathe it, and people will come to you. I think that was 5. Was that 5?
That was 7.
Okay, content marketing. So if you want to start a blog or videos, content marketing is always going to be a tactic. Like, do you make time for creative writing? And then number 9 would be hosting open houses. And 10 would be engaging in online forums. So that just basically means participating actively, like in local community groups. Always never be the Karen. We don't discuss politics or religion. It's a no, hard no. And provide, valuable advice. So part of my lead gen strategy through social media, obviously, is engaging in online forums that I can provide, positive advice or answer questions to build your reputation, become knowledgeable as like the person in your field. And never being a Karen. Please don't be a Karen. Sorry if your name's Karen, but you know what I mean. That's all I got. That's 10.
Tara,
You had a question, Christine, that I have 3 more minutes, but
Christy, what's your question?
Oh, I had a question in the chat. It was about you said you post 10 stories a day, and I wanted to know, are you mostly posting lifestyle? What is your strategy there?
whatever I feel like, really. So I like to be in the moment. I don't like to be like on my phone the whole time. So like right now, I always post like a day later. So right now, I didn't finish posting, but all my posts are saved in my drafts right now. Like I still have 4 or 5 posts that I didn't even post yet. So I'll be in the moment and then I'll just save it in a draft and I'll go and post it during a time block that I have in my calendar, because it's not about selling real estate, it's about following a schedule.
And you're just posting pictures from your day and your life.
Yeah, whatever. Just very intentional for it. I don't overthink it. It's not perfect. I don't like re-record the same video.
But for stories, one of the things we heard is document, don't create. So just what you're doing, tell people. You can post the here's what I did today, that schedule posts. Like there's if I
Yeah,
one of the
most
things
definitely.
one of the things I think that was interesting when Sheree that I thought that you asked, just to put this in a bow in it, you were said, hey, is it different? 80-20 investors aren't interested in those things. And I'm gonna challenge you, like, make your personal life more interesting. Right? If my
It
per-
probably already is. You just need to share
But
more.
you know what I mean? Like if you're writing something, like Sheree's a great writer, I'll read anything she writes. It's so interesting. Like whatever she's doing, she's reading a book, or like I'm gonna engage with that. Like if it's no one wants a boomer. I ate tacos, right? We're not like 75 using the internet for the first time. But yeah, if I am making, like, if I'm sharing in a way that's fascinating and interesting, I want to know about Jamie's hobbies. I never knew that, volleyball was so interesting, right? But man, like she's really competitive with this. And Tara very much like is a personality, right? Would you say like that she's all business? She is all about that business, but that's the first thing you think of when you see her after this hour together?
I posted a grape on my story yesterday because I saw this grape and it was like the most massive, like I couldn't eat it because it looked like so overly hormonally grown. I don't even know. It wasn't normal. It was just a grape. I thought was crazy how big it was. Nothing like I
Um,
didn't it's literally on my story right now. You go see it. Like you don't overthink it.
But I would
Easy.
say from my networking, I just drove to Nashville to build a relationship with a new construction lender on Friday night. I got invited to a concert. So I got in the car and I drove there, missed the concert, sat and for 90 minutes at the after party waiting for him, sat there with him, waiting for him to go get, the signature signed by his favorite guy. I went back to the Airbnb, went to breakfast the next morning, then I drove to Huntsville, Alabama. Like it is all personal. Business is totally personal, and the higher you go, the more personal it becomes. Because so many other people, your competition is transactional.
Oh yeah. That's probably why I smoked the competition.
Yes.
Or they
Terry, thank
come to
you
me.
for joining us. I know you said you have an out at 9:30. I want to respect your time. Appreciate
You are
you
so welcome.
spending
I
time
love
with us.
mingling with you, and I appreciate you so much. And I'm so grateful that I can meet some of you, and I look forward to flamingling with you guys a little bit more, and I'll follow you guys back.
Okay.
Have a flamazing day and go be intentional and go be you. We got one life to live. Go make the best of it.
I see ahas. I see people saying that they are updating their business plan today, Kara.
Get it. Send it
Get
to
it.
me when
Thank
you
you.
get it. Bye, guys.
Send it over. You got our info. Be excellent.